All right, everybody, let's get into the big bad. We got Bertolt 2, Living Weapon. This is probably going. I don't know. It's maybe the most teched against deck, probably going into Nats. I'd assume maybe that and Godzilla. I don't know, but it's going to be one of the most, I think, heavily played decks there. It's very simple to play. I guess like the base mechanics are the simplest to play, but like there is some skill expression on how you want to play it. It's a death deck that has casino aspects. So let's get into it. Bertolt's a 531. He has the warrior keyword. Enhanced, draw 2 cards, discard 2 cards. The discard card's the same type, gets +2/-2 damage. Hey, look, he transforms. At the start of the end phase, transform Bertolt Living Weapon. Each player chooses 3 foundations in their stage, sacrifices the rest. Only playable if a player has 9 or more. And then when he flips, he becomes Bertolt the Colossus Titan Advancing. He's a Titan Warrior, same stats, 531. But he becomes even more powerful, obviously. Your attacks get +2 damage. You may remove them after they resolve. Response: after you play an attack, draw a card and your rival commits a foundation. Really, like, he's good enough on his front side to just win games. And, like, I think there just comes a point in the game where you're like, well, I really just need the extra damage and I need my card pool cleared. So we're just going to just flip, right? And then this, what the deck is kind of going to be based on is trying to turbo flip and really catch our opponent off guard. So we're looking at the attacks. We're looking at Colossus SWAT. It's a 6 difficulty, 3 check, 3 high block, 505, powerful 4 Titan, Blitz. Build the top 2 cards of your deck face down. At the end of your turn, sacrifice those foundations. So at the end of the turn means at the end of the end phase. So if we play a couple of these and we're able to get to 9 at our end phase, we're able to flip, right? And then these were just freebies, and which is great for us playing Bertolt. Maybe not so much for our rival. So this is probably this is like this Weapon Clash. Those are the cards that are gonna, always cool to build face downs on our rival's turn. Maybe this allows us to just accelerate our build so we can transform. 4 copies of Besiege, 3 difficulty, 3 check, 1 mid block, 3 mid for 4, Charge Fury. Blitz, this attack can only be blocked by cards with a printed block modifier of 3 or greater. Deadlock Blitz, gets 4 damage. Sometimes we're just not holding attacks, and we get stuck with foundations in hands that have crappy blocks. So this is usually just free damage. It's a free 6 to whatever damage in Bertolt, so it's crazy. Wish Hard. This is more really for the draw on his front side, but like if we get to the back side, it's a 2/4. It's a 2 low for 6, and it's gonna clear itself, and it's a nice low block, so it allows us to just on 3 foundations just keep pushing, which is kind of nice. 2 copies of Lunatic Era, 6 difficulty, 3 check, 3 mid block, 3 mid for 7. Fury, powerful 4, Deadlock, powerful 4, throw. This attack gets -1 difficulty for each card that has left your card pool this turn. Enhance, if this attack is blocked, your rival discards half their momentum, rounded up. This really, when we get to our flipped side or transform side and we just keep removing attacks, we play this on a 1 sometimes. It's crazy. 4 copies of Battle Aura Release. It's still one of the best cards in the game. 4 difficulty, 3 check, 2 mid block, 4 high 4. Flip a foundation to draw a card. It gets X damage. X equals the amount of face downs in our stage, maximum 4. So it becomes a 4 high 8, 4 high 10 in Bertolt 1, in Bertolt's front or back. So it's actually, if it's on his backside, it's a 4 high for 8, 4 high for 10, draw 2. And it stuns 1. Very good. We got 3 copies of Tray Size, 4 difficulty, 3 check, 2 mid block, 4 low, 3. This is kind of a nombo with his front side because we really don't want to blow up ready foundations to, because we're looking to transform. But on his flip side, if we have momentum, it's a 4 low for 5. That has an echo, so it's a 4 low 10. On his transform side, this is where the card really pays off. It's a 4 low for 5, stun 1, draw 1, then do it again. And then we get to clear it before it flips because it's our effect prior to that. So very cool. Moving into the foundations, we're going to play some of the casino stuff. I'm With You, Loss of Consciousness. Smiling Death is not really a casino deal. It's after we destroy it, but it's really cool that we get to pick their best piece when we flip. So we flip, remove this first because that's what happens, and then we get to pick their best piece, so they're stuck with worse defensive pieces on their 3 foundations that are left. And then two more casino pieces: Feral Shriek to draw cards, Mikasa's Admission for +2/-2 damage, Latent Skill 2/5, 2 high block. It's just there to filter cards to get better cards. If we're if we're transformed and we're kind of stalling out, this allows us to try to find more attacks. Probably should be a 3 or 4 of. Weapon Clash 4x allows us to accelerate our builds so we can get to that 9 number so we can flip faster. Botan's Coaching for hand fixing. Always cool is Dual Purpose. It allows us to accelerate our build in the middle of the turn. Also, defensively, if we're flipped and we don't have a lot of defenses, having 3 to 5 foundations maybe after we flip, this allows us to say, hey, you can't touch the damage on that attack. Forcing Surrender, if somehow they flip an attack prior to resolving, or they like run away us to stuff a card, just allows us to clear our card pool. We don't play any combos, so the other effect is wasted, but yeah, we can easily, if like our rival has struggling with studies on board and they're trying to return referee juries to their hand, we can get rid of the referee juries, which is cool. Pull from Danger, this is basically just in there for the DR. If it happens to get to deadlock, cool, but if it does, we probably are dumb. We haven't played the game right, because once someone gets to 9, we're flipping. And then Sacrifice for the Cause was a late addition. I've had games after I flipped where I've just stalled out. Like, I need one more attack in hand. This allows us to kind of push that number, right? Like, if we get stuck with a couple, like we get stuck with Mikasa's Admission or Feral Shriek, or I'm With You, we're able to discard those cards, get the damage, and then bing bong the effects off. So we're able to, even if we get a Wish Heart in hand, we're probably slinging it anyways. So it's Mikasa's Admission and Feral Shriek and I'm With You is where this card really shines, because we get the block mod damage plus the effect on it. Yeah, so that's the deck right there. We're going to move it into the sideboard. Hero's Upbringing for the mirror. We don't want you to use your character. So you clear twice, or you use Bert's thing twice, boom. Any, like, Recovery Girl, boom. You're going to take damage and build 2? I don't think so. We're going to seal you. So it's a nice hand trap. Probably might go up more, but Showdown, it's a really good block. We're probably only blocking once with this character anyways, and then DRing the rest of the stuff the rest of the turn. This allows us to target defensive pieces and allows us to open them up. This was a trial card. Since Mop Strike was banned, I've always wanted to fit Lizard Tail Splitter into decks. 4 difficulty, 3 check, 3 mid 4, 3 low block. The block is crap, but it doesn't really matter in the long run because we're probably slamming this anyways. Discarded a card, your rival adds 1 card from their hand to the card pool face up, and you both draw a card. Plus it has Deadlock Echo, which is really cool. But again, if your rival's in Deadlock, it's either they turbo built after you flipped, and they probably only have 1 or 2 cards in hand anyways, and they're dying, or you did something horribly wrong. But yeah, this allows us to cycle more cards. It gets the Bing Bong cards, the casino cards off if you're on your backside, and then it just, it's a nice cheeky echo if you need it. And then learning the standards. This is really good against the mirror. This and Hero's Upbringing is really good against the mirror. It says, hey man, you can't keep playing attacks on 3s and 4s. You actually have to play foundations, then play around it. So that's the Bert deck. I know this is just it's just a bare bones deck. It's just something I threw together, and most likely there's another iteration of this already. Like Attack Titan's Haymaker may make a showing in it. I know it's a 5 diff, but it's stun 2, really hard to block. He doesn't have to play just Colossus SWAT as the only attack. That and Lunateers doesn't count. Whatever you say in the comments, it doesn't count. But like, anything else, you could play other. You could play 5 diffs. I guess it's not, maybe it's not as efficient, but 4s and 3s are the way to go in this guy sometimes, especially if you get to your backside. So you're only down to 3 foundations. So yeah. But that's the deck. I hope you guys liked it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Hit those bells for notifications, and hope to see you at Nats. And until then, take care.